Yeah. I'm coming your way, I'm right in your face with something to say. I know that you ball, I know that you play like girls in the WNBA.
Just playing.
Girl, we never gon' fade. I know how it be when you be in LA or go MIA.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys tips and things that I wish I knew before starting my journey on my LPN nursing degree, what you may need, what to look out for, and how to prepare yourself for this process. My name is Chaz and I'm currently an LPN student. So I've been in school for about a month. I've taken 3 exams and I passed all my exams. Number 1. This program moves incredibly fast. If you are like me and you're attending a school that's accelerated, please just prepare yourself. So this program is about 12 to 18 months and you have a lot of course material packed in weeks. So you're going to be having exams back to back and assignments due back to back, but you just have to stay prepared. Make sure that you're good with your time management and turn in your assignments and show up to your classes on time. You may have several assignments and multiple exams due in 1 week, and you also have to think about balancing your life with clinical as well. You will be scheduled a certain amount of hours for each quarter, so making sure that you have everything balanced while taking your test. Also getting your clinical hours, because those are things that are gonna hinder you in the future if you're not paying attention to it now. Waiting last minute to study every day is going to highly affect how you pass your exams. If you're not studying the material or reviewing it after your lecture, your chances of passing or understanding the information given is going to be harder, only because it's so much and they require you to make sure that you are at least spending 4 hours a day studying for your exams. Everybody is different on how they study, but I will make a video on how I specifically study later this week, and you guys will be able to use my tips and my advice on how I pass all of my exams. You guys can use my tips and my advice to see how it can help or shed light to how to study and how to maintain your grades and how to stay on a timely manner. With that being said, being organized as well is very important. Making sure that you're having everything you need for the day, for your clinicals, for your classes. You also have to make sure that you're checking your messages with your professor, because they might indeed tell you to bring something to class. So honestly, having a printer might help you, or if you know somebody that has a printer, or making a time to go print out your materials that are needed before class. Honestly, I love printing out all of my materials before I study, to have them while I'm in lecture to go over them as well. Practice questions are so important. Knowing the material is not always going to be enough. I would definitely make sure that you're applying your knowledge and teaching yourself what it means. Like I said, knowing the material is not always enough. Nursing questions allow you to apply what you have learned. And when taking tests or doing assignments, there might be several questions and answers that sound similar and will make you rethink your answer if you're not too solid in what you're learning. You have to choose the most safest or appropriate answer when answering things for your quizzes, tests, or exams. Making sure that you're reading the rationales. Read your rationales and reread the question, even if you know that I know this off bat. Sometimes things can get tricky when taking an exam. You might be so prepped and so ready that you're rushing through the test and not properly reading the rationale or the question. So I would definitely say take your time and make sure that you know the material. When taking practice questions, I would suggest to learn why the wrong answers are not the correct answers. And what I mean by that, really go further into explaining why you wouldn't pick A over C. But to curate all of my study guides and exams, I will go further into detail in my other video, but for the most part, it is important to take practice tests and understand why you're getting the question wrong. Understand why that isn't the correct answer and why this answer is the correct answer. Practice exams helped me pass my first 3 exams in LPN school, and I plan to keep pushing and keep going hard. Find study methods that work for you. Rereading notes is not for everyone. I use active recall. A lot of YouTubers and a lot of other people will also tell you to use active recall, but for me, that is the way to show that I properly know what I'm studying and what I'm reading over. I use also the teach back method while doing the recall method. I will go further into details in my next video with how I study. Prepare financially. Tuition is not going to be your only expense for school. You're also going to have to buy supplies for school as well. I am not a type of person to splurge on things that I don't need, but in this case, when it comes to your education, getting the right things are going to be a necessity in this program to make it smooth and make it easy. Yes, some schools do give you certain things, but it is on you to be able to purchase those things and be able to use them for your education. So definitely prepare for those expenses as well. Another couple of expenses that I had to purchase were extra pairs of scrubs, comfortable shoes, compression socks, certain textbooks, certain materials that are needed, like a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff, a nice book bag, you know, some things to hold my ID and badge, some pens, some paper, some binders. All of those things you're gonna need. I think getting them at a decent price is probably going to be your best bet. You can go ahead and get the most expensive Litman and the most expensive things, but in my opinion, I went budget friendly with a lot of things I got. Every supply that I needed and used, I will link down below. I'm thinking about starting a storefront so that way you guys can know some things that I loved, how it worked for me, may work for you. Also making sure that you're in compliance with all your immunizations and your drug tests, and also your CPR license. Most schools offer a CPR class. Definitely get in touch with your school so that way you can see if you can schedule your CPR license class. Honestly, a lot of courses offer it before the course starts, typically the day before orientation. So if you already have your license, make sure that it's number one, not expired. And if you don't have it, make sure that you get in touch with your school so that way you can see what are the possible options of scheduling a day for you to do your CPR class. Please get your immunizations and drug tests done as fast as you can. I did mine pretty early because honestly, waiting last minute might be a little harder because sometimes doctors' offices don't have the same timeline that you are thinking with school. They might not have an opening till the day after the deadline. Definitely don't wait last minute. That's something that you want to kind of get done now. There's a bunch of other things that they probably will want you to be clinical compliant with, but your school will also be sending that to you in your orientation or your welcome letter to the school. Also, saving your money for gas and transportation and food. Number one, with gas, if you're far from your school, honestly, that's going to be a part of your budget to make sure that you have a way to and from school. I think having a reliable ride to school is very important because most of the time these teachers and instructors, you're paying them for your time and they're not playing. They want you to be there on time and not late. Most schools will give you like a write up on if you're late. Some schools are lenient to how they do it, like a point system, but I just know from my school, a lot of my teachers do not play. You will get an occurrence, and some schools only allow you to have a certain amount of occurrences before you're completely kicked out the school system. You have to put this in front of you as if it is a job. So that's what they're preparing you for. So don't take it any type of way. Try not to make any excuses and just really put your best foot forward with showing up on time, clean and prepared. You do not have control over what clinical site that you pick for yourself. Well, at least at my school, it's kind of just given to us, and we have a certain date that when we go with a certain group, and you cannot trade it. You cannot ask for a different day. You cannot kind of budge because it's already a lot of scheduling to do with a plethora of students, and trying to go back and trying to change it, they would have to do that for everybody. So most schools don't allow you to pick your clinical schedule, but if you have the chance to do so, pick what days you want to go, you are blessed. But other than that, sometimes you have to really prepare yourself to be driving out an hour to these clinical sites at 6 a.m. in the morning. So that is something else that I kind of want people to be prepared for. I think I didn't really I knew that I was going to have to go to clinicals, and I knew that it was a possibility it might be really, really far away. But making sure that it works with your schedule as well. You kind of have to move around your life and things that you're doing around this fit schedule for school and clinicals. Another thing that I've been loving to do is packing my lunch. I meal prep every Thursday to prepare me for my work shift and my full-time school schedule. I have been saving a lot of money not eating out because After school, it's easy to say, well, let me just get some pizza, let me just get some McDonald's, let me just get some Starbucks before class. All of those charges are going to start stacking up, and then you're going to be realizing, dang, I spent like $200 in a week because I wanted to eat out. And it's much easier because you won't have to leave campus, you won't be late, or there won't be any kind of hiccups because you already have all your snacks for the day. And then also, when it comes to working full-time as a nursing student, I honestly can be very honest with you guys. It's hard. It's really hard. And I'm working full-time as a student, but I'm very grateful that my school schedule and my work schedule, they're able to fluctuate with me being in school, and giving your job a heads up as to when your schedule is going to change for school, and even possibly providing them with your school schedule. For me, in my case, I look at my work schedule a quarter ahead, and I go ahead and pull my strings and do what I have to do to make sure that my shifts do not kind of pull me away from school. School is always going to be first, in my opinion. It should be first for everybody. You are trying to better yourself and better your education. That should be the number one thing that is pushing you. Find a job that works with your schedule and with you being in school. It would definitely help in the long run. If you're good at balancing both, I definitely think that it's possible to work full-time and go to school. You are going to be tired. You know, there are some people that are blessed and lucky to just not have to work and put their full focus into school, which also is great. But I'm a girl who understands that bills have to be paid. Most of the time I am incorporating rest on certain days. I might have a schedule where I have to push for a whole day with no rest, but I get through it and I'm able to still study and maintain the knowledge. So don't be like me, be better than me. I also think it's just real to be realistic about what you can physically and mentally take with working while being in school. Like I said, not everybody is the same, but if you know your limits and you know how to properly manage your time, I definitely think that working full-time can be very possible while going to school. But passing the program has to be your top priority. Please, please, please do not let your full-time job get in the way of school. For me, if my full-time job starts pulling me away from school and studying, I simply take a couple more days off just so that way I can hone in and focus on what's important, especially if I have an exam coming up. I want to make sure that I'm able to balance both, but in a realistic terms to where it's not affecting my mental or my physical health. With that being said, nursing school can affect you mentally. This is something that I'm still kind of learning. It's only been my first month in nursing school, and I feel like my mind has changed for the better. Even with like self-esteem when taking tests, like you might have thought that you studied the best, but then you start taking the test and it feels like you start second guessing yourself, and that can really mess with somebody's mental health. If you're not a good test taker, if you don't have any confidence in yourself to really push and study the material, then this might be a part that might be extremely difficult for you. I know that not everybody's a good test taker, but this is why it's important for you to sit down with yourself and make that time to see how you can study the best way possible so you can ace your exams. Also, it is easy to compare yourself to other people in your class. It is easy to put yourself down because you didn't get a good grade. I'm here to say do not do that. Literally, please do not compare yourself to anybody else in this world. You are a single vessel that was made by God. You are none like anybody else, okay? Comparing yourself is only gonna rob you of your joy and rob you of your sake and your saneness in your mind. Do it for yourself, because sometimes trying to keep up with other people and trying to be in secret competition with your peers, that's only gonna hurt you. You want to be around people that are gonna support you, study with you, make sure that you're passing all your courses, making sure that you're turning in your work on time, helping you with your practice skills, your check-off skills. I think that is very important as well. Like, I never thought that I would have got so close to anybody in this world the way I have with my nursing peers. We pray together before tests, we pray together before studying, we do FaceTime calls and help each other study, but there is no comparison between all of us. It's a sister, how can I help you? Sister, like, let me teach you in this way because this is how I learned it. It may help you, you know? But just be careful when in nursing school and making these bonds and doing what you need to do. Make sure that you put yourself first, obviously, but whoever is your nursing friend will want you to put yourself first as well, because they're also trying to eat and make sure that they're getting the best grade possible. So yeah. Also, before falling behind, ask for help. There's a lot of tutors on my campus. They even have study rooms, and they even have nursing academic specialties where they record videos and they go over exams, and really use all your resources you can, because it is in your tuition. You're paying for this. So use all of your resources, please. Don't let one bad grade determine what type of nurse you will be. It's one grade. You'll have plenty others to make it up, and don't let that one grade make you feel less than. There's a lot of people in my class that got their first grade back from their test and they just dropped the course, and to me, I just wish that I was there to like speak light into them. Honestly, passing the exams are not hard at all if you're studying properly. Another thing that I would definitely recommend is to protect your sleep and your health. Like I told you guys before, I work full-time, so when it's time for me to get my rest, I get my rest. I do not play about coming home and jumping in this bed when I need to make sure that I am getting the proper rest before I have to go to work and school. Also, this is a perfect time for you to diet and make sure that you're packing your lunch and eating healthy. You're gonna learn a lot about certain things that you're eating and certain things that you probably do you're not gonna want to do anymore, because you want to make sure that your mind is healthy, you want to make sure that your body's healthy, you want to make sure that you're getting enough rest, drinking enough water, because you're gonna learn why all of these things are important and how they're important to you, me, everybody. So definitely start learning how to cook, or I don't know, get a meal prep from somebody and meal prep it and start making, you know, your little lunch bags and your snacks. Literally all my friends know, like, I bring my snacks. I literally bring me some chips and some beef jerky. I'll bring me some breakfast food, or I eat breakfast before I go. I make my own protein coffees and take it with me to school, all because I don't want to just, you know, keep buying food out, number one, but also if I'm in this discipline mode for 10 months, I might as well try to better myself all the way around. Use this time to definitely pack your lunch, drink your water, invest in a water bottle, invest in a nice lunch bag, you know, go grocery shopping in the beginning of your week. I can make a video with you guys explaining to you what I pack and what I make for my lunches for a full nursing week. I don't know if that's something that you guys would be interested in, but if you do want a video like that, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up and comment your favorite thing to eat for lunch. You also cannot properly study and retain information if you're not getting the right amount of sleep. I know a lot of us really push ourselves to the limit to where we only get 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, but your brain does not fully function when you're not getting enough rest. So that's why it's important to make sure that you're retaining this knowledge and getting some rest and making sure that your brain has time to recuperate after shoving it with so much information. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the clinical portion of what to expect. So for my school, I didn't get my clinical schedule until 2 weeks into the course. A lot of people were asking me, how do you know when you get your clinicals? Can you pick your days? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? So for me specifically with the courses that I'm taking, I had 36 hours of clinical, okay? So my clinical is every Sunday from 7 to 7. Whoever is the clinical instructor will reach out to you and let you know what hours y'all are gonna be working, what to bring, and what to expect. Now, when at these clinical locations, please do not record on the property, do not record the clients, do not record anything that is going on. This is simply for you to have hands-on learning and apply the knowledge that you're learning in your classes. The way that I like to think about it is that you're in somebody's house. You're not going to go in somebody's house being disrespectful. You're not going to go in somebody's house recording them, using their stuff without asking them, just walking around aimlessly. You have to make sure that you're respectful and staying within boundaries, so that way you don't get hurt, somebody else doesn't get hurt or sick. It was honestly my favorite part of nursing school this month, was going to clinicals and talking to the patients and using my knowledge that I learned in class to apply in the real world. In clinicals, this is where you're going to get the sense of how working in the nursing field is going to be. So really just grasp all the knowledge you can and just be respectful, like I said, because you never know who's watching you, and this could be a facility that you end up working for in the future. During this time period, it's going to be very hard to stay disciplined. You're going to have to change your sleep schedule, you're going to have to change your circle of who you hang around, you're going to try to change everything, but honestly, staying disciplined will be the most important thing. You're going to have to study, you're going to have to read the book, you're going to have to retain this knowledge the best way possible. And you cannot have that with a bunch of distractions. Y'all know when I say distractions what I'm talking about. Yeah. Do not. And I don't want to budge and say something crazy, but honestly, really, truly, don't start nursing school if you have a shaky relationship. Don't start nursing school if you have a toxic relationship. Cut that off. Give yourself time to heal and come back and start nursing school disciplined, because it will take you through there. You think that you're gonna have time to argue with Raekwon about why he didn't text you back? Or girl, are you gonna pick up a book and study that whole chapter so you can get an A on your exam? Yeah, exactly. Which one sounds better? Not only want to say relationships, friendships as well. Making sure that you have a good circle around you. Your schedule is going to change so much that you're not going to have time to really have a life outside of nursing school. I know that's a big thing that people are trying to understand. How do people balance having a life and going to nursing school? Really, it's up to you. It doesn't always have to be like one or the other. You have to figure out that work-life balance to be successful in this nursing program. Your process does not have to be perfect, but you have to remember and reward yourself for the small wins. You have to remember your why and why you're doing this. Once you have that, you're locked in with that, get in tunnel vision. Get in tunnel vision with why you're doing this. Why is this important? Because once you're finished, you're a nurse, baby. Welcome. Okay, so I'm super proud of multiple things that I have accomplished in this first month. I have, number one, passed all of my exams given to me. I've only taken 3 exams and I probably have about 5 more to go, but I feel so strong and confident in myself because of the study methods that I've been using. I've become more disciplined. I've become more closer to God. I've made some new friends. My first month wasn't perfect, but it was perfect in a way that worked for me. Now that I'm getting in the middle of the quarter, I kind of know the best balance for me, eating wise, working out wise, balancing my life. It's all about becoming disciplined, and I'm glad that I was able to do so in the first month of my nursing school journey. My first month wasn't perfect, but I'm super proud of myself. So my final advice is to, number 1, prepare early. Number 2, stay organized. Number 3, practice nursing style questions before exams. Find a study method that works best for you. Save as much money as you can beforehand, working up into nursing school. Don't compare yourself to your classmates. Remember that you guys are all in this together, and help each other. Really lean on each other and help each other. Don't be negative. Be positive. Be a girl's girl. Be a nursing bestie. Help your sisters in nursing out. Ask for help. Don't be scared to ask for help. Reminding you that you are paying for this tuition. So use every resource you can. Don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask that question. Don't be afraid to stay after class. Don't be afraid to stay after for that professor's hours. Don't be afraid to send that professional, polite email. Do what you need to do to grasp the knowledge you can and get every single handout of help that you can from your professors and your administrators. Give yourself a little grace while adjusting. I know it can be really hard studying all of this material in such a fast pace. I just kind of went through my first month passing all of my exams. I did it nothing through the grace of God, but honestly I'm so tired and I really just want to eat a seafood boil. But I'm just blessed and grateful that God has led me to pass all of my exams, showing me that I'm meant to be on this journey. I'm also proud of myself becoming more disciplined, and I'm proud of the nurse that I'm gonna see myself be at the end of this. I wanted to make this video just a basic video as to what you should expect and what you shouldn't expect. So like I said, LPN school is challenging, but it is possible as well. Alright, so comment down below also if you're about to start nursing school or if you're currently in nursing school. Next week I will also be posting a new video on how I am studying. A lot of people have been leaving also some comments on my videos about using the material and how I am using the material, and I will give you guys the sauce in the next video. What may work for me may not work for you, but I'm willing to help you all that I can so we can both get through this, sister. Alright, so that is all that I have for advice for you guys today. If you like this video, make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe. I'm thinking about making more videos like this because I truly enjoy helping out my other nursing besties that also had questions, and when I was looking for videos I couldn't really find anything that would soothe my nerves. So I really hope that I helped in some type of way or form, and if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to drop them down below. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.